All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 78 of Pozios Picks. In today's episode, I am going over my favorite games from the Week 6 college football slate. Some great games on this slate, and I love a couple plays for you guys. So, without further ado, let's just get right into things. Okay, first game on the slate. The Michigan Wolverines are going down to Bloomington to take on the Indiana Hoosiers. Michigan are 22.5-point favorites in this one, but I'm going to focus on a total for this one. Indiana, on average, has given up over 30 points per game, and this is no average Michigan offense. Blake Corum, as much as it kills me to say it, I mean, he's honestly been incredible the first 5 games of the season, but especially when they've needed him these last 2 games against some actual competition. I think if Michigan is able to establish the run game early and then get into some play action with JJ, their receivers are going to have a field day, and they're going to have potential to score, I think, every time they touch the ball. I honestly think Michigan covers this spread. I would play it down maybe a little bit to 21 points just because of the road factor, but my main play for this game is Michigan's team total over 40.5 points. This just feels like one of those games where Harbaugh just runs it up on a weak Big Ten opponent on the road. He loves to make these statement games. I mean, I think he scored 70 at Rutgers a couple years ago. He loves doing this, especially on the road. So if they can, they're going to run it up, I think. Michigan team total over 40.5 points is my play for this one. The next game on the slate that I want to go over, a good one here in the SEC. Tennessee is traveling to Baton Rouge to take on LSU. Tennessee are 3-point favorites in this one. A big time ranked matchup as LSU finds themselves back in the top 25. Tennessee's coming off a big win at home against Florida, and LSU is coming off of a solid road win at Auburn. Tennessee's really continued to show week in and week out that they are one of the best and most explosive offenses in the country. They're averaging 48.5 points per game as of right now. LSU's defense has looked not bad, though, so far, especially in the last few weeks. They've looked pretty good. And on the season, they're giving up less than 300 yards per game. But they have not played an offense anywhere close to Tennessee's. If Hendon Hooker is able to continue having success with his legs on top of throwing the ball, I think this Tennessee offense can score 30 on anyone in the country. I'm going to have 2 plays for this game. Give me Tennessee to cover the 3 points on the road, and also give me the Tennessee team total over 33.5. I think this team is good for 5 touchdowns anywhere they play. So, Tennessee to cover the 3 points on the road and the team total over 33.5 points. Next game on the slate, College Game Day, is heading to Lawrence. I can't believe it. Kansas are taking on TCU at home. TCU are 6.5-point favorites on the road in this one, and the total is 68.5. I really can't believe it, but we've got 2 undefeated teams in Lawrence. The Jayhawks continue to win games in many different ways. High scoring, low scoring. They've grinded games out. It's pretty impressive. And TCU is coming off of a destruction of Oklahoma at home. A huge win for them. The letdown spot factor concerns me a bit here, honestly, for both teams. So we're going to stay away from the spread. I think this can go either way. But one thing we've seen consistently from these teams all season is that they can both move the ball and they can both score points with some explosive plays. TCU and Kansas are both averaging over 41 points per game this year. And looking at both of these teams, the defenses are definitely the weaker sides of the ball. Even though this is a ton of points, this just feels like this could get textbook Big 12 shootout. Give me the over 67.5. I'm going to buy it down just 1 point. Over 67.5 in Lawrence. Next game on the slate, we are staying in the Big 12. Texas is taking on Oklahoma at the Cotton Bowl. Texas are 6-point favorites in this one. Oklahoma, after being in a lot of playoff conversation the first few weeks, have taken a huge drop off, losing their last 2 games against K-State and TCU. That being said, this is definitely still an offense that has a ton of talent and one that can score points, and they are in they are in the most textbook bounce back spot you can be in. On top of that, if Quinn Ewers comes back for Texas this weekend, I think we can see a ton of points put up by both of these teams. I think we're definitely going to have to worry about Oklahoma a little bit more than Texas, especially if Ewers is back. I think Texas is going to put up some points regardless. But if we can get a few scores from the Sooners, especially early, I think we can cruise to this total. My official play for this game at the Cotton Bowl is going to be the over 63.5 points. Next game on the slate, the Wisconsin Badgers are traveling to Evanston to take on Northwestern. Wisconsin are 10-point favorites on the road in this one. After starting 1-0, Northwestern has looked terrible, dropping 4 in a row. And my God, Wisconsin needs a good game here. This is just a textbook bounce back interim game. On top of that, Wisconsin just fired their head coach, and Jim Leonhard is taking over for them. Having a fresh face for the Badgers is huge, and they really, really need to find a spark, especially on the offensive side of the ball. This Wisconsin team has talent, and if the defense can hold up here, which I really think they should against this stink Northwestern Wildcat offense, we just need a few scores to help us cover this number. Give me Wisconsin to cover 9.5 in Evanston. The last game on the slate that I want to go over, the North Carolina Tar Heels are traveling to Miami to take on the Hurricanes. I'm not really focused on the spread in this one, but I do love a total in this game. No Charlotte to fade this week, unfortunately. They are on a bye. 4-0 so far, by the way, taking the opposing team total over against Charlotte. I'm going to miss them this week. I really am. But to take their place, we are focusing on the not much better Tar Heels defense. This UNC defense is giving up over 450 yards per game this season, and on average is giving up just over 33.5 points per game. Miami is coming off a bye after losing by 2 touchdowns at home as a favorite to Middle Tennessee State. I feel that they're going to be hungry in this one at home against a bad defense. They should be able to put up some points here. Give me Miami team total over 34.5 in this matchup. If we can get some early points, this is going to cruise. My final and I think favorite play of the day, Miami team total over 34.5. That is going to do it for this episode, folks. Be sure to follow us over on Pickett at Pozios Picks. You will never miss any play that we post. There are always plays that we add when it comes to Saturday. We might have to get out of a hole. We're always posting explanations and plays over on Pickett. So if you don't follow us, make sure you go follow us there. Pickett is really just the best app to track your bets, see what everyone in the community is taking, and my favorite feature, line shopping. Make sure you are getting the best odds for every single bet that you take. Also, remember, we have new merch for the fall. You can click on our merch link down below in the description if you are watching on YouTube. And if not, you can go to our Twitter, click on the link in our Twitter bio, and it will take you right to the merch website. Perfect for fall jackets, beanies, new hoodies, crew necks, all that good stuff. So make sure you go check out some merch. That is all I have for you guys today. Remember to follow us on Pickett. Check out the merch. Follow us on Twitter at Pozios Picks. Good luck to everyone on their Saturday bets, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the NFL preview. Peace.